What's good, YouTube? This your man Spiel, dog. You know, Canelo is not, I keep saying Crawford need to go ahead and fight Spence because Canelo not going to fight Crawford. Canelo not going to fight Crawford for the same reason Crawford not going to fight Boots. Canelo can only lose fighting Crawford. Real talk. If Canelo beat Crawford, everybody going to say he was supposed to. He a couple of weight divisions higher. He's the stronger fighter. Had more fights. Had more title fights. Probably. Ain't no probably for sure. There's no win for Canelo in this. If he knocked Crawford out, he was supposed to. If he go the distance with him, he ain't got no power no more. If Crawford win, no, it's all win-win for Crawford. He can't win. He can't lose in that fight. If he lose the fight, well, he went up and lost to the bigger man. No harm, no foul. He can't lose. If he win, oh man, now you done put him up there damn near with Sugar Ray and Floyd and all them. If he was to beat Canelo after he just did Spence like he did him. So no, Canelo not gonna take that fight. Even if he think or know he can beat Crawford, it's just not. It's just not. There's no win for him in this fight. Just like if Bud beat Boots, well, Boots is young. He ain't really had no tough fights. Crawford is the veteran. Crawford just beat Spence. They gonna say he was supposed to beat Boots. But if you lose the Boots, oh man, he done lost. They done knocked all that new penny shine that's on Crawford. They wipe it straight off. So that's what's going on in boxing now. With the guys at that level, now they want big fights for big money. And they want to protect their legacy at the same time. This is why I say the only fight really for Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, is Earl Spence. Who else he gonna fight? Once again, Canelo don't want to fight him. Charlo, Charlo has lost. He lost to Harrison, and he lost to Canelo. I mean, if he was to beat Charlo now, he'll have another belt, but it ain't a lot of glory in that. The glory will be, but the money is him and her. That's the biggest money fight for him, and that's the fight that this is really what was supposed to happen. I can't understand why everybody just trying to disregard the fact that they had a rematch clause in their own purpose, because whoever lost was going to want a rematch. Just because more people thought Spence was going to win and Crawford, don't mean because Crawford won and had a good night that night, Spence washed up. That's just people that's caught up in the moment. You can have an off night in anything. You can have an off night on the basketball court. You can have an off night on the football field. You can have an off night at work. You can have an off night in the bedroom. You can have an off night out there in the streets fighting. You can have an off night trying to work on you can have an off night. And it just happened like that. We don't know. That's why they put a rematch clause in there. That's why it was in there. So I think a lot of the stuff about Crawford talking about fighting this one and that one, I think it's just chatter. I think it's just noise. People there's got these YouTube channels gotta talk about something. And Crawford just out there enjoying his life, having fun because he is the top dog right now. He definitely pound for pound. For a long time I didn't have him up there, but after he did what he did to Arrow, he is pound for pound. He definitely pound for pound. So I think deep down inside, Bud know him and Spence gonna fight next, unless Earl don't want it. And I think that cataract surgery ain't as big a deal as people making it. My mom had it, my cousin mom had it. It's a kind of routine little deal he going through. I know a lot of people that had it, so they making a bit, it's just that Earl done had so much shit happen to him. When you hear him in surgery, it make people a little uncomfortable now, but this ain't like the other stuff. It really ain't. I don't know what it do to a person's vision, but I do know that the surgery ain't no big deal. I know too many people went through it, and hell, I couldn't tell that they went to the doctor. So he gonna be just fine on that tip. 6 to 8 weeks really ain't all that long. And if they was to fight in June, that ain't even a whole year. So I'm good with that. Long as he ain't sitting out the ring a year and a half, 2 years. If just 1 year, I mean, it ain't been a whole year. It really ain't that long. This probably would have been about the time I would, you really would expect him to take. I mean, because when they was talking about jumping back in there in December or January, well, these is two warriors. Somebody was gonna get beat up in there. Like I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Teddy. It might have been Teddy Atlas. Or it was one of those old respectable trainers. They said whoever got off first was probably gonna win the fight. And Crawford got off first. And it went down just like whoever it was, I cannot remember which trainer said it, but they said whichever fighter start getting off and get their rhythm first will probably be the one to win the fight because neither one of them gonna been in there with another guy with the skill level that if they landed 8 punches, gonna be as precise and on point and powerful as either one of them. Spence caught Crawford with some good punches, but he never caught him flush and clean. Crawford was catching him flush and clean with them uppercuts and them jabs and Spence being, off balance a lot. And Crawford doing hella film study, hella preparation, and was waiting on that shit. Every mistake Spence made, you could see Crawford's eyes light up, and he ran it almost like Deontay Wilder to some degree, because you could tell he was waiting on those mistakes. He had been, and it ain't like he said this for years, this just me getting respect where respect due. He said it for years that Spence had you make a lot of mistakes, and you know, uh, he showed it. And a lot of that stuff Spence won't clear up because that's just him. But I think he could have fought a much better fight. He could have been much better as far as how he dealt with his distance. He just I think Crawford really it might have just overwhelmed him how good Crawford turned out to be once he got in there. That's a possibility. And how tough he was, because Crawford was taking big shots and and you know shrugging them straight off. I mean, now Earl ain't never been no one punch knockout fighter anyway, but he done had punches where he got Crawford respect in the third round, but then in the fourth round, Crawford just came out there and just kind of, you know, Crawford beat Spence at his own game. He ended up walking Spence down like Spence walk a lot of fighters down. Crawford walked him down to some degree. Real talk, he fought a magnificent fight. He came forward when he should have. He bagged up when he should have. He tied up when he should have. Earl wasn't tying him up. Earl was just taking it. You know what I mean? And like I said, he wasn't used to getting his ass whooped like that. It was a shock. But I honestly think they need to just honor the contract. And here's my thing: if it was so easy, shit, run it back. If it was easy as he say, shit, I would go get that easy money. That's the biggest money you can get. And you say the easiest fight. That's the fight you take. I wouldn't even be looking for nothing else. Especially if it was easy work like he said it was. So, the reason why Canelo not gonna fight Crawford is for the same reason Crawford ain't gonna fight Boots. He ain't got nothing to win if he fight Boots. If he fight Boots and beat him, it's not gonna do nothing for his resume. All he could do is take a chance and go in there and boost resume up. And if I think Crawford was maybe 2 years younger in his career, he might take that fight. But right now, you already got the Earl Spence fight just sitting there, which gonna be pay you more money, and you claim easy work. Why would you go fight a young hungry lion who got the exact same reach as Crawford? And I don't think Crawford fought nobody with arms long as his. He got the same advantage Floyd Mayweather had. Go look at Floyd fights. Floyd had a 72-inch reach. Outside of De La Hoya and maybe a couple of more people, damn near, I'd probably say 80% of his fights or better, he had the reach advantage, especially them title fights. Reach advantage when you got speed in boxing is a big fucking deal, and you got feet that know how to move around the ring. That reach advantage is major. That's what was the dominating factor to me in a fight with Crawford and Spence. That's why Crawford jab was getting off like it was. His arms is 2 inches longer than Spence, and he was just a little bit quicker. Bang! And what he did was once a couple of rounds set in, he watched Spence and he punched when he punched. So when Spence threw the jab, he throw his too. Bop. He gonna get to the target first every time, especially with Spence keeping his head right on the line like he did all night. Hey man, it was target practice to some degree, you know. So that's the fight for him to take, man. You know, him and Canelo ain't gonna get out. Canelo is not taking no chance and lose to Crawford. It's not, guys that fight on that level. Crawford, goddamn sure could possibly outbox him and stay away for 12 rounds. Canelo know that. Just like Canelo more likely could get on the inside and hurt Crawford and possibly knock him out. That's the more likely scenario. But Crawford has shown the world he good enough that he can go in there and possibly outbox Canelo and stay away for 12 rounds, because that's what he would need to do. And, tie him up, but he would need to stay off them ropes and outbox him, and Canelo ain't taking that chance. He ain't gonna take that chance. I never thought he would, because Crawford would be faster, stronger, coming up at that division. I mean, you know, moving around the ring, Crawford got the best feet in boxing, so Canelo ain't crazy. I mean, that's just too big a risk right there. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, to like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spiel Dog. I'm out.